What is up, Sick Man here? We are here, we're near, and we're close to the end. We are reacting to Game 5. We have House Lasku, who is one win away from the Sixth Man Championship. But before we go on to House Lasku in Game 5, we have a special guest, a man that we've been trying to get on the pod. He definitely will be on Fans Corner. In partnership with our brother channel, Third and Atlantic. Go check it out. It is Mr. Sidemen Chronicles, Joel, aka The Process. Talk to me, man. Milwaukee fan. Life must be good for you right now.
I'm just gonna say we've been waiting for this. Last year, got a bit tense. A couple of years we were building up to this, so we weren't expecting it. Last year came in with some expectations, collapsed not so nicely. This year, let's hope we're riding it out. Like Kobe says, the job's not finished. We're not going to celebrate too early.
We like that. We like that.
But we're looking. It's looking. As we're human, we could see it's one game away.
One game away. And yeah, so if we just talk about the Bucks and the Suns, and then you guys can feed off this. The Bucks win it by 4, 123 to 119. We have that massive Drew Holiday still in the clutch on Booker, and Giannis finishes the lob. That's probably going to be one of the most historic plays in terms of a Bucks franchise. We're going to be seeing that again. I've heard people quote it the Valley Oop. That play.
That's already been used.
I think. Well, I saw the Bucks use it on their social. A little bit of a play to the Suns 8-and Oop against the Clippers. It's still a nice name. The Bucks headliners turned up in a big way. Drew, 27 points, 13 assists, 4 rebounds and 3 steals. Middleton, 29, 7 and 5. Giannis, 32, 9 and 6. And you have Pat Connaughton, 14 points, 4 assists from 3 off the bench. Let's go to the man who is one win away from a six-man championship. It's been a good year for House Lasku. What did you see from the Bucks game?
So first thing I want to say is that I want to be known that the Bucks were my second round pick. And the reason I say that is because everyone had the chance to pick him and they all passed up on the Bucks. So I just want to make that perfectly clear, especially the person who picked just before me. And I was saying to them, I would be so delighted if the Bucks fell to me in the second round.
Do you want to name and shame right now?
Yeah, because they're on this call.
It's a bit sticky, isn't it?
So again, when I was, I just want to take a step back before I talk about how I feel the finals went. When I was looking at the teams that made the playoffs, I was thinking, okay, cool. Who did really well last year? The teams that did really well last year were the teams who had really good defense and could switch, but also had some people who can get them some buckets. But defense was the main thing that I thought, okay, that was the trend that it was going towards. So my first pick was the Lakers, second pick was the Bucks. As the playoffs went on, all the good defensive teams just kept on slowly dropping off and not necessarily getting as far as I thought they would. It's like, oh shit, it's actually all the offensive teams that are doing better than you would anticipate. Atlanta, who thought Atlanta would make it to the Eastern Conference Finals? I thought the Knicks were going to beat them because of the Knicks' defense and Julius Randle taking that leap. Obviously, in the playoffs, it didn't turn out as anticipated. I say all that to say, watching the Bucks series, it makes me think that shit, maybe the key is every night you have to rely on 3 players. Who would those 3 players be? And we saw in the Brooklyn series and early on that aside from Giannis, there were some struggles. If Middleton and Holiday aren't performing, you can't really get much from anyone else. We compare that to the Clippers. Terrence Mann had a game where he went off. Marcus Morris, I think it's Marcus Morris is the one on the Clippers. He has a couple games when he can go off as well and be part of that 3 every night that you need to for your production. So, and throughout the year, I've been a massive Chris Middleton supporter, which I've mentioned before. I've spoken at length about some of his stats in the post up and what he can do. I was gutted for him, how poorly he performed in some of the games and how difficult some of his shots were. And he reminds me of an unathletic Paul George. If he had a bit more athleticism, I think Paul George is a good comp for him. The way they shoot, the way their offense goes, I think Paul George is probably a bit of a better ball handler. But athletically, I think Paul George is obviously ahead of Chris Middleton. But I just love Chris Middleton's shot-making ability and so pleased that he's getting these games to match Giannis. and we talk about the Greek Freak, you know, I feel so pleased for him as well, because he just seems like a high character guy, so chill, so down to earth. The video with him talking to PJ Tucker about, I've been the lowest before. Like I airball free throws. It's fine. The fact that he can look himself in the mirror and be 100% honest with who he is. Love that. I love the self-awareness.
Take note.
Well, he's shooting a shot at Maya Jama instead of in the gym. Well, for
Bro,
all we know,
fuck.
for all we know.
Get on the fucking court. Get on the court, bro.
He was at Wimbledon. That's cool.
It's a joke, man.
He's at
Get him
centre
out of it. This is not.
He's at centre court.
But he said you have to give him ratings. He said basketball isn't everything. You know, it's all about a complete life.
As they said, if he wasn't playing basketball, a UBS driver. Yeah.
Oh no.
Damn. God.
Anyway, but I feel so pleased for the Bucks that the fact that they were able to yesterday make those. It seems the Bucks rely on clutch defensive plays, which is awesome, because remember the overtime against the Nets. There was only 1 or 2 shots that were made in overtime. It was just defensive stops for most of that overtime. And then they had the block. Giannis had the block in game 3. And then game 4 was obviously the steal. No, game 5 was the steal, sorry. The block was game 4. And I just feel so pleased for Giannis that he's 1 game away from having his moment.
Joel, how do you feel, man? Obviously, you're 1 win away. I'm going to throw this out here. So the Bucks are 1 win away from their first title in 50 years, since 1971. It's the 5th longest title drought in NBA history. Can you guys, as a collective, name the other 4 teams?
What year was it? 1981.
1971. So it'll be 50 years if they win it.
Yeah.
Do we get the years of the other teams?
You don't need, just name me the teams.
Hawks
1. All right, Joel, you're next.
No, all the franchises that are in my head right now haven't won 1.
Bro, I mean, no.
No, it can't be Pacers.
Pacers.
No, it's not Magic. Is it Magic?
No, because we're 90s. We were 95. Or 90, whatever.
I'll give you a clue.
Jazz.
It's really obvious.
So what is the question? That
Suns.
haven't won a title before?
Longest title drought. So they
have won one before.
No.
And haven't
just
won
gone the longest without winning a ring.
The Suns.
Okay. Minnesota's.
Yeah, there you go.
Minnesota's never won one.
Joel's got another one there. Suns.
Minnesota Suns.
Clippers.
Hawks, 2 more.
Clippers. And there's one more.
One would be.
Who's the worst NBA franchise?
The Sixers.
No. Close.
Timberwolves.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna go.
Do you want me to give you a clue?
No. Oh, Kings.
Kings is correct.
There we go.
Kings is 70 years. They got the most. But yeah.
I think actually Oscar Robertson must have won them with the Royals.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, the light is on. So yeah, Joel. Yeah. Serious time. So 1 win away. Who do you want to shout out? Because look, guys, this has been a very weird season. There's a lot of people going down with injuries, but give the Bucks credit. They've taken their chance and they're here. They're 1 win away. And you've got to credit that. So yeah, how are you feeling?
Okay, so we're not too far removed from Giannis being a 60 rated on 2K. Like we are not that far removed from that. If we win the finals next game or the game after, I was sending you all the things. He has like the complete NBA resume at 26. Yeah. The tears that the country should cry for him after he wins, like the tears of joy, is ridiculous. Because if you talk about playing the game the right way and all that was Giannis. He was all effort all the time. He came in as Eurotrash, essentially. Like that's how they viewed him. And then he worked day in, day out, year in, year out, to have a complete game and get far. Now, if we get off Giannis, this year, I actually want to big up Middleton because, once again, Giannis and Middleton, same year, he was always second fiddle to Giannis. But more importantly, he was second fiddle and mad streaky. Like, he would have a good game and then disappear for half a year.
Did you hear the story about them too, by the way, Joel, when they were rookies? The Giannis was like, It were like, I fucking hated him because
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
getting my minutes. It's really cool. Yeah.
Because Giannis came in and was doing well, and was like, Middleton came in, the American, and was like, bro, like, these are my minutes, bro. These are
Yeah.
my rookie
And
minutes.
obviously Middleton's I think he was a low second round pick. So he's got that chip on his shoulder as well. But the fact that I think they both come out of the press conference said, I want to play the rest of my career with each other. Like, it's just something you like. Anyway, sorry, go on, Joel.
Yeah, so then, Middleton come in, grinding. The first two, in this playoffs, he's been mad. He's been insane, yeah. And then the first two games of the finals, you like had a glimpse back into like Middleton, like of years ago, like when the pressure's on, when you need him most to step up as like a second scorer, or a team shuts down Giannis for whatever reason, and you need to rely on him. He buckled. Like that's what it was. That's how we lost last year. That's how we got caned, because teams were like, cool, we're just gonna sit on Giannis, double team him all game, crowd the lane. What are you gonna do? Then Drew Holiday, I love that he's come in and done what he's done, but let's not forget the number of players that we've had in recent years that were meant to do this like third man role. Like the Snell came in and was like pissed off because he wasn't number one. Middleton at the time was pissed off that he's not number one, but he's changed now. Like, we've had players come in and have to leave because they want the good minutes and they're not doing their role. And with that being said, thank you for a complete team. We're watching this finals run, not finals run, the playoff run. We're seeing teams drop out, and you start saying like, if not this year, when? Because we had that same feeling in the bubble, when things are going crazy and everyone was like, yes, the bubble championship, you don't know what's going on, and da. And then we drop out in the Eastern Conference Finals again.
So actually, no, second round.
Second round, sorry, yeah. And then like, you're thinking, you're looking at it line up. Teams that are meant to be like giants are fumbling, like they're dropping.
That's a good segue, and I want to ask you guys this. Obviously, this championship isn't decided, right? But do you think that the bubble championship or this year has been harder?
If we go for like routine wise, as a for like the players, you're gonna say bubble, because like that, the whole world just went insane.
It's the unknown. It was the unknown that there was literally no one that any of the players could go to say, hey, any legend say, hey, what did you do in this situation? For this situation, I mean, you can always find some old vet to give you advice, but what advice did they give you about the bubble?
They're giving you absolutely nothing, but more importantly, like everything you do to like chill out. Say you're in a slump, you have a bad game in the playoffs. What would you do to reset? You can't do that because you're stuck here with your opponent is what, like the next hotel over. Like sometimes they were the same, like just a different floor. You're seeing them on the way in and out of the hotel. But I would say for this championship, like physiologically, this is technically a longer basketball season, isn't it? Because Kenny was saying on TNT, like up until last week, they were covering basketball like pretty much almost every day for a year. So there wasn't a gap really in between seasons. So I think this one's was a bit harder if you're talking just body wise, but mentally, it's definitely the bubble.
All right, so let's just go on.
I just wanted to say something, Alex, so just to cut you off. So I was just looking back at some of my notes that I've had from Milwaukee for the season. Every 3 weeks, obviously, we speak about the Bucks. I was just looking at how many times I've spoken about Middleton and things that we've mentioned. Within the first 3 weeks, when we first spoke about the Bucks, the first thing I wrote down was, has Middleton stepped up? ? That was what I wrote within the first 3 weeks. And then we get a bit later, and then I found this really interesting stat about Middleton because I just really liked his post game. I thought he's just so effective in it, and I wanted some stats to back it up. He had the second most points per possession for post ups for any guard. Guess who was first?
Oh, Devin Booker.
Thought that's an amazing thing to have a callback from, and that also relates to something I'd spoken about the Spurs, which was how the mid-range game has made a resurgence just because of how NBA teams play defense. Defense is now protect the paint, protect the perimeter. It allows CP3 and Devin Booker to get as much mid-range as they want. Of course, it's still so important to hit threes and open threes, which is when they did really well, where Bridges was stepping up or Jay Crowder was stepping up. I managed to watch the first half of the game yesterday. They had some very nice looks, which they were able to knock down. But having that mid range is so useful. The fact that Booker and Middleton had achieved so much there, I thought again was super interesting. And then when we watched the Bucks Nets game, another stat that I had was that 9 of their 30 buckets between Middleton and Giannis were assisted, which means 66% of their buckets weren't assisted. They were all ISO plays where they were able to get their own shot, which I found super interesting. But those are just the things that happened during the season that I thought, oh shit, part of it translated and I found interesting moving into the finals, and things to note for next year.
Penultimate question. Giannis wins the chip. Where does he rank in terms of best European players of all time?
For me, I'm gonna put him number one. I'm gonna put him number one.
You've got Tony Parker. He's won a lot of chips. Yeah. Obviously, he's not number one guy.
That's a team effort.
And then obviously you've got Dirk, but Dirk's got the longevity. So
yeah, but then we're saying that Giannis won't have the longevity. I think he will have the longevity.
It will be really interesting to see how his game develops, because a lot of his game is based on athleticism. So how that will translate into his later years.
We're pretty much saying if he gets a shot, it's done.
Yeah.
If he gets a consistent, let's say a consistent three. I mean, that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
He doesn't need a shot.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't, Joel, because the reason he's been so effective is because he's not settling anymore. Like, you know, and especially with your guys, they've stepped up. They're doing their roles.
Yeah, 100%. But he's relying on effectively. He's relying on the rest of the team to perimeter and mid range consistently.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he obviously now he gets the ball. If he wants to finish, it's going to be by the rim. Yep. So now he's cleared up 90% of move sets. It's 1-2, we're moving. However, if he was to now become a problem in the mid range, let's say he had a consistent mid range that you were actually scared of. Think of the problems he then causes.
Definitely, but even if he doesn't develop the jump shot, it's so good for the Bucks. It's fine for the Bucks because Philly is a great example. You don't want Joel Embiid to be on the perimeter. You can only really have one non-perimeter player. Yeah. And for Philly, well, another thing I was also going to say is an underrated part of offense, which I'm disappointed not a lot more people talk about, is offensive rebounds. There are a couple of possessions yesterday where the Bucks just threw up shots, and then it feels like they're fine shooting it because they know Giannis is around the rim and he can get some tip-ins, and that happened a couple of times. And you don't see that again with Simmons. So that's also just another bit of his offensive game that helps the rest of the team so much. If a team feels like taking a bad shot, cool. They may feel more confident taking it because Giannis is around the rim.
Yeah. I have a question though, but with, say, you chuck it up, Giannis is around the rim. Why the scheme as for the Suns is to kind of block out Giannis, not give him how is Bobby Portis allowed to have 3 shots in a row? Or how is someone else like a PJ Tucker collecting a rebound and not even like collecting a rebound, but just slapping the ball and hoping someone back there picks it up and goes again?
I mean, I'm a massive Bobby Portis fan, so like just because Bobby Portis is that guy.
Mate,
so
step up.
It's generic like that.
But like you said, you want everyone to step up. You want your bench to come in and do whatever they do. Like,
they finally gave him minutes. Thank God, man. He was playing so well in the regular season. Now, I'm not going to play you.
Yeah, we were speaking about this whenever we were talking about the Bucks. I'd be like, it's just driving me mad that Bobby Portis is getting more minutes. Maybe there's something I'm not understanding. And also something we mentioned about Brook Lopez, how everyone just forgot what Brook Lopez was when he played for Brooklyn. And you had that game during the Nets where it's like, oh yeah, remember who I was? Remember, like, I was the best post player in the NBA.
The leading scorer in Brooklyn Nets history as well. Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
He has a semi-consistent three. Like it seems like his range is the 3-point line or the bucket. There's no mid. So like if
he has a mid-range game.
Yeah, but that's where he's most effective. That's where people are scared of him. Because he'll be in the post, he'll just leak out, on the weak side. Suddenly he's got the ball in the corner and it's a free. Imagine if you could say the same for Giannis. Imagine he was just running around, goes onto the weak side, and you're actually scared of his free, instead of like you're thinking an alley-oop is coming.
one random question I just wanted to ask. Like, is Thanasis going to do anything ever? Is he
Oh,
just going to be
mate,
there
he
on the bench? Like,
annoys the
that's
hell
just
out of
something
me.
I've just always wondered. Like, Alex is there just chilling on the bench for the Lakers. I think it's Alex who's on the Lakers. I know there's a fourth one. I can't remember. What the fourth. I don't know. But like, are any
He's
of the
still in
other
Euro,
brothers going
isn't
to
he?
do anything?
Yeah, the other brother's still in the Euro League.
Right, the only reason he's there on the Lakers is for scouting report, so they can face off and basically scheme against Giannis. That's all he's there for. And then the other guy is that Alex cheering on the bench. He annoys the hell out of me because, to be honest, the only reason he's there is because of Giannis. I mean, if Giannis was my brother, I'd probably be doing the same.
Yeah, but are we gonna knock the Bucks coaching staff and management team for thinking if we bring in his brother,
Oh no,
it will solidify him. He's gonna sign that contract and we get him
Shit,
for 20
he did.
years.
He did, though.
We're getting him for 20 years, and then is part of the contract. We always have a place for one of your brothers on the roster.
But like, I just want them to at least like do something, have some sort of impact.
Play some minutes, get some good. I would too.
You would hope.
I'm with you.
You would hope them being Giannis's brother, they would like have a similar sort of work ethic or like develop something within the game. I'm not saying that you anticipate them to be an all-star, but develop something in their game.
Yeah.
But they do the same off-season workouts. Like they're working out together. So
you know, when Giannis is at home with his kid, they're out clubbing or something. They ain't trying to do that.
Yeah, I mean they're still young, but
I mean, Joel, how often did you go out when you were in Wisconsin? I doubt there's many places to be going out, especially in that sort of weather.
Bro, so I was in Whitewater, small town, like a uni town, right? They have all you could drink, unlimited all you could drink Wednesday, Thursday. People were out Friday and Saturday. They go. Like in Wisconsin, they go.
This district looks pretty lit as well. It does look pretty lit.
In Milwaukee, he's as a basketball player, he is having a whale of a time.
Because he's the man. He's the man. Right, let's close it out. Give me your series predictions, and then also, Joe, I want to ask you, what will you be doing if you win? How are you celebrating?
So
how are you both celebrating? Because you know,
add to the sleeve. You better add like a little Bucks 2021 championship to the sleeve.
Funnily enough, I was actually looking at getting a buck, but there was no like good realistic pictures of one. But however, I might get the logo on my butt cheek.
Your Nigerian brother is just about to win a chip.
Yeah, that's true. He's not winning it for Europe. He's winning it for Africa.
Yeah. I might get one on the butt cheek. We'll see how it goes. But like it's a 2 a.m. tip off. I've got work at 7:30, so that's going to be interesting. Maybe run around the streets, do all that thing. And Bucks and 6 as always.
Bucks and 6. Ed?
Wait, can I ask you one more thing? Would you have rather England won the Euros or Bucks win the title?
Oh, mate.
Oh, Bucks win the title.
Oh, wow.
I actually, you know what? Yeah, I want to be in the country, like let's say semi-living or some holiday or something in a country that wins a major championship.
That's what we're saying, bro.
So when it was happening, I was about to go mad. Like I didn't even have to spend any money to fly out and and then what happened. So let's not act like before the tournament we were expecting them to win, but but like it's a big drought.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even want England to. I don't want the country to win anything for a little while. The way
the players in the the
players are the ones I feel bad for. But
that's the country, and they're gonna kill off everything. There's gonna be riot. If they win, there's riots. If they lose, there's riots. So
I was saying to my parents, because I was in Wembley earlier on last weekend around like 2-3 o'clock, and on our way we were there for a little while, then went home. And on my way home, I saw 2 Italian people coming into Wembley.
Oh,
and I was like, win or lose, it's going to be bad for them. Mm-hmm. If Italy win, they're going to get fucked up. If Italy lose, they're going to get fucked up. I just think, this is.
Did you not see the two? Is it a husband and wife? There was a woman dressed as a pizza slice, and another guy dressed as pasta, and it was just like, there's no way they got home safe. No. There's absolutely no way. They have to change in the toilets. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Right, Ed, what's your prediction?
Bucks and 6, of course.
Bucks and 6.
House Lasku with the dubs. We only do dubs here. All the way from week 1. I was top from week 1. The only guy who was undefeated with his teams. I think the Magic went undefeated the longest out of all the teams in the NBA. I think they did. Then Markel got injured because he was 7-0. But we just do wins here. That's fine. That's fine.
It's been a good year for House Lasky.
And also, sorry, I'm on like a little. It's not even humble anymore. I'm just on a little brag bit because fuck it, why not? The reason I won most of the shoot your shots was because I chose the Suns for most of my answers, and they have done quite well to make it to the finals. I was looking back at some of my notes again. The Bucks, I predicted earlier in the season the Suns could be the next franchise of the future. They could be the next dynasty. The Suns deserve a title. They're the team that's been longest without a title. Just saying, but that's it.
That's very nice, but not this year.
I didn't get much bragging rights in Third Atlantic, so I'm using all my bragging rights here.
You got to win somewhere.
Speaking of Third Atlantic, make sure you go check it out. Thank you, House Lasku and the Sideman Chronicles. Do we call you Process? Do we call you the Sideman Chronicles? Would you prefer?
You could call me whatever you want. You could call me winner, champion.
Okay.
Also about those names.
Well,
can you show us your pink dress again in the corner, please?
First of all, that's a lie because it won't pink, and it's not mine. But that's the point.
So denial's the first stage, Jojo. But yeah, thank you both. We'll see if the Bucks can do it. If not, we're jumping back on, and I think the mood's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a bit nervous.
When is Game 7? If there is a Game 7, when will it be?
It might be Sunday.
Please be Sunday.
Game 7 NBA Finals. It will be on a
Friday.
It's on a Thursday night, 2 p.m. Oh, 2 a.m. Sorry.
No, we don't want that. We want Bucks and 6.
No. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I personally, Wildy hasn't been in any pods, so I don't think he deserves the Suns to win the series. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you both. And for the Superman myself, it's over and out.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.